Good evening and welcome to Express Yourself. I'm Lasagna Johnson, former Miss Black Maryland USA, and your co-host for this evening. This show focuses on our youth and their future. We intend to motivate and help build their self-esteem so that they can become the stars in which they truly are. This show is loaded with positive and new ideas. I'd like to present to you a strong, positive role model whom you'll all come to know. He is the host and producer of this show, Mr. Vernon Richardson.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Express Yourself. To the youth of America, the future lies in your hand, but we as parents must provide them with the proper guidance. The bottom line is, it's everyone's responsibility. So, without any further ado, I'm proud to announce my guest from Landover, Maryland, the one and only, the very talented Toney Fontaine.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello and welcome to Express Yourself, Toney. You know, let's go back to 1989, okay, when you performed live at the Potomac River Fest, which was a very outstanding performance by you.
Thanks.
Share with us about that.
Well, gosh, there were so many people out there. There's young people, old people, just everybody. Yeah. And that was something that WKYS had done, and Donnie Simpson and was there, and EU, a lot of local talent. Everybody was wonderful. But it was hot.
It was hot. It was a hot day.
Yeah, it was a hot day.
Gorgeous day, though.
Yeah, but we had a great time, and the people were very positive, and they were ready for it.
I mean, I tell you, I was there, man, and I experienced, I mean, when you got up there and did your thing, I found that girl, the response, man, you had everybody that wasn't together was cuddled up at the end of that song, man. It was like, it was that powerful. You know, you really expressed yourself up there doing that, I found that girl.
Well, I tell you, that is a very special song to me, and I'm so glad that the public liked it so much, you know. It's a love ballad. It was summertime, and it was just a time that everybody wanted to be together, and that song, I think, just brought it out of everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Toney, now that, you know, I know that you've been in the music business for some time now, but what advice could you give to our future young entrepreneurs, entertainers?
Okay, first thing, they have to get an education. You've got to stay in school. It's because there are so many people in this business that are talented. There's a lot of them in here that are not talented, but there are a lot that are talented. So you're not just one person. It's the competition is vast. So you have to have something to fall back on. I had something to fall back on, okay? People think that all I've ever done is sing, but that's not true. I work for a Fortune 100 corporation in this country, and with computers, and I had a sound career so that when the music doesn't go as smoothly as I'd like it, or as successful as quickly as I would like it, then I have something to fall back on.
Sure.
And that's what's so important.
So by not only being an artist, being a father, a family.
That's right.
I mean, you've done all these things and still trying to continue your music career. And, and it's true, we need you need a backup.
Yeah, you have to have it.
Because the career doesn't always stay the same, and you know, everything must change, as the old saying goes, right?
That's right. That's very true, man. I tell my kids the same thing. I have a daughter and a son, and you know, they see the music and they've been around it all their life, so it's natural to them. But they know that it's secondary to getting a strong formal education. That is where that's how we will excel to the next level. You know.
Well, you know, I can remember another time back 1988 when I had the pleasure of doing your exclusive birthday party. Triples at nightclub, right? And I tell you, again, you performed very well, and I was very impressed with the performance.
You know what that was all about also was a birthday party, and I was very happy. We all had a good time. But I wanted to give something back to DC. They have been so supportive of my music, and if you remember, we had free food, and people were dancing, and it was just an all-out good time. And basically, that was my way of saying, this is my birthday, and I'm happy, but I wanted to share music and food and everything with the public. It was just open to everybody, whoever wanted to come, and it was jam-packed.
Oh yes, it was. Toney, the hospitality was there. It was no question about that. And of course, I know I have it on video, so it's in my archives, you know, sitting on my shelf, like Toney Fontaine.
Oh boy.
But you know, I had really a great time. But let me ask you this: how does your wife feel about the music business, as far as, you know, the being around all the beautiful women and what have you?
Well, you know, that is so funny because people always ask when I perform. A lot of times, there's so many women, and they're, you know, it's a very my love song. I sing a lot of love songs, and ladies like it, and they're touching and feeling and so forth. And it's so funny because my wife is the one that sits in the back, and she says, "Well, no, do it like this the next time. No, let them do this. So unbutton that top button one more time." Well, you know, so she's really into it. She kind of stands back in the background and not only looks at what I'm doing to criticize it and for positive things. She also looks at the audience and things that work. She builds on that, and we talk about it after the show.
That's great that you all have an understanding like that.
Oh yeah, it's very positive. She's really 100%
behind you.
Yeah, no question.
Well, how do you feel about your community today? I know that, you know, you're right here from Landover. We're not far from the nation's capital, but we have some problems here in our own communities. And what would you like to see change in your community?
Right. Well, in the community that I live is a very small, tightly knit community. Everybody knows everyone, okay? So, and it's kind of like a cul-de-sac. So if anybody drives around and they don't live there, everybody knows. But as a whole, what I would like to see is really, instead of more playgrounds and all the things that people say, I think parents as a whole need to stress, because a playground is fine, but you got to hit those books first. And sometimes you see people out there, they're playing basketball or whatever, and you know they have not hit the books first. If you're going to play basketball and football, that's wonderful, but hit those books first. And I'd like to see more involvement from the parents to get the children to study first and then go out there and play.
Help build that self-esteem towards education first. As they say, play later.
That's right. Public library is a wonderful place. I go there, and you can get videos, by the way, music videos. You can get
CDs,
CDs, cassettes, and that's so important, man. It's a lot of fun you can have just by reading and seeing what's in the library.
You're right. Now, what about, I mean, we spoke about the community issues, but what would you do if you had the power to be the mayor of D.C.? Just a hypothetical.
Oh boy.
Okay, hypothetical. How would you handle the situation? I mean, would you address more focus on the youth, more focus on education, or would you build drug programs, develop new projects that will help our young youth? We need an answer. We need a solution.
That's true, and in my opinion, it all stems around your home. The youth that are having problems today, a lot of it is because they may not receive all the love and attention that they had, that they need at home. So we have to revert back to the parents. The parents have got to take the time, spend with their children. You've got to teach your children and tell them what is right and what is wrong. We got to go back to the way it was when we were growing up, where there were rules in the house, and certain things were not accepted. Absolutely not accepted.
The love and respect.
That's right, and you were required to do it. And it wasn't only your mom and dad; it was uncle, aunts, cousins, your next door neighbor, any adult. And once the children are aware that, you can't just do anything you want. You have some restraints there, and they know that, and it's done with love also. I think that'll make a big difference. And a lot of times kids are reaching out for something because they don't know that there is somebody there who cares. And they're really they're reaching out for that. So if we get back to the parents, I think that'll be on it.
Well, Tony, I would like to see more people to participate and put something back into the community, such as yourself. Now, I know you've done a lot of other things in the metropolitan area, but how about, do you volunteer your time?
Yeah, I have done so many things. People call all the time. My number is, I think everybody knows my number. It's
like 911?
Yeah.
Tony Fontaine?
That's right. You call information, they say, who else's number do you want except for his? I've done things for homeless people. I have done political events, not only for Mayor Barry, but just several people in Washington, D.C. God, people have written me and said, I just love your song. Would you please sing it at my wedding? I've done that, There's just so many things, because it's all about Washington and metropolitan area. And if you can give something back to make people happy, and if it can turn someone into something positive, then I say it's good to do.
You're volunteering your services, and you're being a father, a family figure of many positive people in the community. So, you know, my hand goes out to you.
Hey, thanks, man.
You know, and you keep on singing and doing what you're doing, man, because I think that you have what it takes
Well, I appreciate that.
to be on the I get Luther Vandross level, or what have you, because those love ballads, man, are outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
The whole album is wonderful, which we're going to be talking about that a little bit more later in the show.
Okay.
And you know, I just have something for our Express Yourself viewers to look forward to.
Okay.
Now, Toney, let me ask you this. How do you feel about the youth in being involved in the drug activity? We're having a lot of problem with guns and drugs in our school systems and what have you. I think we as entrepreneurs and positive role models should be able to come together and you know, form some type of forum to go out and speak among the youth.
Not only do I agree, especially with the drug situation, there's so many like young black males out there that are into it, and one of the main reasons is because they don't have any role models, or they don't see any role models that way. Okay, what they see on the television is the basketball stars and the football stars and the music stars, the video stars. That is not a realistic role model. Even though I do this myself, that is not the way that the average person is going to make money and be successful in this society. The average person is going to have to get a job, a professional career, or some sort of a career, and you make your money that way. You make your life that way, not through entertainment. So the role models, it's very important that there are role models that are not basketball players and football players. People like yourself and myself on the other side, not music. Yeah, on the other side of the coin. And if we could get more black males, adults together to get these kids, these black males together and try to teach them and show them that there's another solution other than the drug side, that would be good. It's just difficult to get a large group of black men together to teach these young kids.
Well, Toney, I'd like for you to hold your thoughts.
Okay.
We're going to go away for a very special message.
Okay.
And to my Express Yourself viewers, don't go away. It's all happening right here on Express Yourself.
Yes, that's right.
My hero, Isaiah Thomas. Kevin Costner. Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero, Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
Hi, this is Freddie Jackson, and I believe in expressing myself. Vernon?
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. Performing his hit single, I Found That Girl, the one and only Toney Fontaine. Speaking of Just For You, you have something just for you. His hit, produced and arranged by the one and only Toney Fontaine. Also, he has a list of opening credits that I would like to share with you. The Commodores, Millie Jackson, Regina Bell, Phoebe Snow, and DC Own, EU, and Stacy Lattisaw. So, without any further delay, I'm proud to present to you the one and only Toney Fontaine. I Found That Girl. We will return after this message.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
No occasion in this, man. Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. I hope you enjoyed that lovely ballad by Toney Fontaine, because I did. Toney, let's talk a little bit about your album, because I understand that you produced and arranged it.
That's right.
A lot of noble and recognizable people here in the metropolitan area has shared that experience with you.
Yeah, all the musicians that I used on that particular song, as a matter of fact, if you remember back a few years, Donald Byrd and the Blackbirds.
Okay.
Not Donald Byrd, but his musicians, the Blackbirds, played on that song. And they're all based out of Washington, D.C. And I used them on the majority of the songs on the album, but there were some other songs on there that I had other local people do, guys that I've played in bands around the city, and we all got together, and after I worked out all the parts, I gave it to local people, keep it in the city.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, you put that right back into the community.
That's right.
And how is it to form and keep talented people together like that?
It's very difficult. The thing that makes it a little easier is I have a lot of musicians that I know, and what I do is when it's time to record, I will pull in specific people. We all get together, do the song, and I may not see these guys again until it's time for the next record. It's not like we're a solid group.
I see.
And then when I do concerts, I have separate musicians that usually work with me. So it's not necessarily the same people that recorded in the studio. But usually they're all based out of Washington, D.C.
That's great. You know, I like to commend you, and also just to highlight your album just a little bit more, some of the other tunes that you had on here. Come Back to Me.
Oh, yeah.
Another successful tune.
That's right.
That went real well for you.
It did really well. As a matter of fact, that song on WHUR went to one of the most requested records on their station. It's actually a remake. Many years ago, a group, the Five Stair Steps, originally made that. I was a little kid at the time.
Okay, I'm quite sure some of our older Express Yourself viewers recognize that Five Stair Steps.
Yeah, you got to add your own little flavor to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, I noticed also on the album you have other, beautiful hits, and Jesus Is My Friend, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Tell me, why did you choose to put that in with R&B?
Okay. First thing is, everybody that I meet usually say, did you start singing in church?
Right.
And I've always gone to church, but I didn't really get my start singing in church like most black people do.
Right.
I started singing in the streets in Washington, D.C. And but I love gospel music. And this particular song, it was another idea that my wife came up with, and I kind of listened to her idea, and we worked that particular song out. And it's one of my favorites on there. There are times in everybody's life, and this is something that people who are having difficulties now, no matter how low it gets or how bad it gets, you always have one person on your side, and that's Jesus. You can talk to him about everybody. You can talk to him about anything. And there's always somebody there to listen to. And basically, that particular song is all about that.
That's all right. Now, one of my favorites, which you just sung for us here live, I mean, it was great, outstanding. I Found That Girl, but tell me, what brought that title? I mean, is there any personal, behind the scene, something you can share with us about that? I Found That Girl.
Yeah, it's so funny how that came about. My wife, one day somebody was on TV and we were looking at it, and she says, and this guy says he wrote this song for her, and she says, well, why haven't you ever written something for me? And I said, okay, well, I'm going to write one for you. And I went into my family room and sat down and wrote that song. The person who co-wrote the music, his name is Reggie Thurman. He had this music, and it was kind of pieced together. It wasn't exactly the way I felt it, but it was a basic idea. And I said, well, I'm going to write that song, and that's really what it came from. I Found the Girl was for her. So that's where that came out. So it's true.
It's true. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, is there anybody that you would like to take time out and give them some special thanks? You know.
Yeah. First thing, I have to thank God, because without Him, nothing is possible, and that is the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
That's right. And then it's so important to have a strong family
Absolutely.
nucleus, and I'm so blessed because I truly have it. My wife and I are very close. I have 2 kids, Christina. Hi, Toney.
Hi, Toney. Hi, Christina. Yeah.
They all support me, and sometimes it's very difficult because you do a lot of traveling and a lot of work away from home, keeps me out very late, but they are really behind me, and without that, I don't think I could continue to do this. So that's the first thing, most important.
Again, it's from the home. It starts from the home. You know, the family morals are there. They're so important, and I see that you have that, and that's what that what makes us a better person. You know, day out and day in.
That's very true.
And again, man, I like to thank you for, coming on and expressing yourself.
Oh, I love expressing myself, my brother.
And I'm hoping that we see more of you right here in the metropolitan area. I hope that someone that's watching right now would, give us a call on the Express Yourself comment line and say, "We want Toney Fontaine. We want." So I'm quite sure that I wish a lot of successful things for you to, in your future endeavors to be all you can be. And I'm quite sure that...
Strange you said that. That's the title of my next album.
Okay.
It's called Be All You Can. Yes.
Be All You Can Be.
That's right. It should be out in March.
In March.
Yeah.
Okay. Around my birthday, March.
Yeah.
So that'll be a nice be all I can be, because truly I try to be all I can be. And,
that's what it's all
by
about.
expressing myself and having you come on and sharing your personal views and helping, just making a difference, man, because that's what it's all about. Is there any last comments that you would like to share with our Express Yourself viewers?
The main thing I would like to say mainly to the young people, because they're the ones that listen to the music, and they are the next generation.
They are our future.
That's right.
You're right.
Get off those basketball courts so much. Stay on them and play, but get your books first. Go to school. Get your college together first, because if you don't make it in basketball, so few people do, or football, or the entertainment, you got to have a life. And if you have education to fall back on, you get your qualifications, you can make something of yourself, and you don't have to sell drugs to do it. You can wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did it, and I did it the right way, without violence, drugs, or anything. That's all I want to say.
I'm quite sure that the Express Yourself viewers will take that and absorb that and use that, and just go all out, man, because that's what we need. We need to help each other. We need to support each other. And Toney, if there's anything that I can do to support you in your endeavors, please don't hesitate. Call me, man.
I will do
Call
that.
me.
And I have enjoyed myself
All
on expressing yourself. Express yourself. Expressing myself.
All right. All right. Now, to my Express Yourself viewers, remember this. Being a true star is all up to you. Be all you can be and follow your dreams. Until next time, peace.
Thank you for watching Express Yourself. I hope that you've enjoyed the show. If you have any comments or would just like to express yourself, please feel free to call the Express Yourself comment line at 202-861-0207, extension 8255, or write to us at P.O. Box 2337, Landover, Maryland, 20784. Until next time, remember this: you can achieve anything that you like to. Good night.
with freedom, justice, and equality. Knowledge itself be the key to positivity. Here comes the show and prove, to put the youth on the move with a positive mind crew. Now we deal with adolescents straight up. There ain't no future in front, so just hold up. There's such a fine line between right and wrong. So for the young blacks, this should be a theme song. There ain't no faking or flaking being taught here. The black have to know that they can succeed without fear. So watch the role models rolling, and if you're living foul, you can begin again. This show right.
This is you and this is me.
Last year, thousands of innocent children were caught in the crossfire of violent crime. How much longer will you let this go on? Call this number now. We'll send you information on how you can protect your children from crime in your neighborhood. Together, we will take a bite out of crime.